Why do Chinese elderly people have healthier knees than a 20-year-old hip-hop dancer? It's not because they are following a crazy fitness routine. They're just doing one simple movement and it's called walking. And they are walking backwards on a daily basis. If you dance on hard or concrete floor and you don't have the reverse strength in the knees, you're gonna get a big problem with your knees. Because through dancing, we're putting the impact on the ground, and if we don't have what I called the strong natural shock absorbers, then it's gonna be the end of your knees. So in this video, I'm gonna showcase you 3 exercises I use for the past 4 to 5 years to reverse my knee pain. So let's go. Backwards walking. Chinese elderly people are using backwards walking not only as a daily exercise, but also as a daily medicine to counter osteoporosis. How can this be applied to us as dancers? We dancers, we are moving different directions. Forwards, backwards, sidewards, diagonal, level changes. Sometimes with dancing, we are very closed off and our strength in the front part of our body is very strong. But sometimes dancers are overlooking one part, is the posterior chains. That is the muscles at the back of the body. And if you have knee pain because you are dancing on hard floors, you want to start with a very simple thing. That is the backwards walking. I remember like 4 or 5 years ago, I was also in excruciating pain. I always was sitting a lot. I could not dance without pain because my body was really closed off like this. And if I start trying to move and to dance, everything hurt, especially my knees. So what I did was going for backwards walking. And backwards walking was really like, for me, it was like a wonder thing. What the Chinese people are doing like with the backwards walking as a daily medicine. I started off with like simple little step with backwards walking. And I felt also like a little stretch in my calf. And through that, I felt less and less pain in my knees, but also in my hips, in my lower back, in my mid back, in my arms. So that was really amazing to see how to perform backwards walking. You're gonna start off on a floor. Doesn't matter if it's hard floor or soft floor. If you have very sensitive knees, take your time or go on a grass. So what you're gonna do, first thing first is you're gonna set 1 foot on the ground. So the big toe is touching the ground. Your heel is going to the ground and then the other feet. Like this. And you take small steps, small steps, small steps. After a certain period of time, you can increase the distance of the feet. So you place feet more to the back. So it's coming more of a stretch in the calf. And also your knee is in front of your feet. So you're also activating those little muscles and tendons in and around your knee. It's going like this. And from there you can increase the rhythm, increase the speed. And eventually you can do little jogging. Tibilias raise. Mostly with stand-up dancing, when the feet is touching the ground, there is impact being created. This impact is going to the feet, to the ankle, to the shins, and then to the knees. We are keeping doing this. In the beginning, it's not that painful for the knees. But after a certain while, there's a certain muscle that is undertrained, and this will cause knee pain. And this muscle is called the tibialis. The tibialis is called in English the shin muscle, and is being attached from here at the inside of the knee and going diagonal to the outside of your shin and attached to your feet. And if this muscle is underdeveloped, you will cause a lot of knee pain, ACL tear, meniscus pain, and all those type of injuries and pain. As dancers, the knees are very important because if we cannot move the knees, we can also not dance. I call the tibialis the natural shock absorbers. I did a lot of dancing from like 2019. I started off with dancing. I took it more like seriously, but my style was very explosive. My body was pretty injured, so my injury was here, and my style of explosivity was here. So the input was too much for my body, so I could not demand it for my body because I had very weak shins. In 2021, I discovered a knees over toes guy. He really changed my life. And I saw this exercise, the Tibilias, which I thought like, yeah, what is this? It's like those natural shock absorbers. Tried to do it like once per couple of weeks, and I felt a lot of improvement in my knees. I still was doing a little bit of explosive dancing, but my legs and specifically my knees felt much better. And say like 4 or 5 years later, say like was beginning of 2025, I took dancing more seriously. So I practiced almost like everyday hip hop dancing, but because we are bouncing a lot, I created a lot of knee pain, especially below the knee. I doubled down on Tibilias race. I did like for 2 to 3 times per week strength days, but also use it as a warm-up exercise before my regular dance class practice. I was really doubled down on these badasses. How to perform this exercise? You're gonna find a wall or a pole that is higher than 1.19 meters. I don't know how the Americans say this. Then you're gonna put your hips, or how the British call it, your bunda, your peach, your back claps. You know what I'm saying? You put it against the wall. You have your upper body cannot touch the object. It's going slightly to the front. Putting your feet to the front in say like hip wide, and you go with the feet with the toes up, 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down. The toes cannot touch the ground. Going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And you repeat this. I follow the next philosophy is never work through pain. Because if you work through pain, what are you doing? You want to be able to dance again, or to dance pain-free again. So why would you push your body through pain? And I don't mean the pain like, okay, we need to keep pushing because my body's healthy. If your body's healthy, you can push forward. But when your body is unhealthy and injured and broken, you cannot continue. Same with this exercise. Leave your ego outside and just feel it. When I started this exercise, I also did not do like 2 to 3 sets of 25. I didn't even do full range. I did like this type of range. You see, small ones. And I felt 5 to 10 was good. A couple of days later, I tried again. I want to play the long game. How to make it more difficult for yourself is you can put your feet more to the front. Then it's becoming much more demanding. Or you can put your upper body more to the front. So there's going to be more of a stretch at the back of your legs, and also more weight through the gravity. And then you're going to do this. With dancing, we're moving different directions. Forwards, backwards, sidewards, level changing, going up. But the moment when the ankle is not mobile and stable enough, you can get some knee problems. Your feet can go all the sides. And when it's collapsing, this is the cause of a sprained ankle, or even worse, a knee rupture or an LCA tear. An LCA tear and a sprained ankle are 2 of the most common injuries in the lower body within the world of dance. When I did this exercise from like 2022, I did this movement constantly. And because I was doing this constantly, I discovered that my left knee was very weak, or my left ankle was very weak. So it was moving to the side a lot. And I also discovered that the inside of my feet, my right leg, is also very weak. Through this exercise, I have discovered that my mobility and stability has increasing through the years. I'm gonna start sidewards to an object. So I'm gonna stand here at the wall, and you are starting with your most weakest or injured knee. My least strongest leg is my left leg. So I'm gonna stand on my left leg. I put my hand against an object. My standing leg, a little bit bent, a little bit, just slightly. My other feet is up in the air. I go with my heel to the ground as I reach as far as possible to the front. And I go 2 seconds down and 2 seconds up. And I don't bounce into it. So in the beginning stages, you want to go as slow as possible. I would say between the 2 and 3 seconds. 2, 3 seconds down, 2, 3 seconds up. And then you can do it without assisted. And maybe you can reach it more to the front. Don't forget to switch the other side. It's not about how many you can do, it's about how many pain-free can you do. And you can reach more to the front, because this is very demanding for your knees, but also very demanding for your ankles. This is how I did in the first 2 years of rehabbing of my lower body. I started off with 5 to 10 minutes of backwards walking, and then was increasing with jogging, running, and then eventually sprinting. You can choose one of these variations. It's all about like how your knee and ankle feels for this exercise. Then if you have done that for between the 5 and 10 minutes, then you're gonna do 1 to 2 sets of 20 to 25 of tibialis raises. If you have done that, then you do like 1 to 2 sets of 10 to 15 reverse step up. You can also use this as a warm up before your dance practice. Then I would just say do 5 minutes of the first exercise of backwards walking / running, and then do 1 set of 20 to 25 reps of tibialis raises, and then 1 set of 10 to 15 reps of reverse step up. Good luck with these exercises, and let me know in the comments what you think about these exercises and what kind of knee and ankle problems you have. If you want to see more videos around knee pain, click this video.